was 12 million miles from the nearest prayer, a lifetime traveling through darkness and despair, hurling through the emptiness inside, in my ship beyond repair. Then my radio cracked with a faint sinky tone, and the familiar void outside began to glow. From the broadcast came a voice I ought to know. Behold, a being of three centers, a body, heart, and mind inside him, a house where every impulse enters. The body hungers, moves, and obeys. The heart believes the heat of each passing flame. His mind builds towers out of words, and each construct answers to his name. Tune in, Karnak Radio, calling from the dark where the old lost go. Tune in, no map, no road, only what you are when the engine's slow. I crossed the stars to run from home, but the silence knew me still. Karnak Radio, carry me through, past the border of my will. The vessel pulled beside me and drew me in, through living halls of breathing stone. A child stood with curious ancient eyes, and an old one seated upon a throne. The elder looked through every name I wore, with a patience I could not defend. He said, "You traveled very far to bring the common shape of men." The child saw me tremble and asked if I was afraid. The elder answered, "No, my boy, he is caught without the stories he has made." Then the child took my hand, and the old one raised his eyes. The windows turned to planets, the planets turned to signs. We will not teach you by sermons, we will not save you by force. You will walk through the worlds that already live inside you, of course. Tune in, Karnak Radio, calling from the dark where the old lost go. Tune in, no map, no road, only what you are when the engine's slow. I crossed the stars to run from home, but the silence knew me still. Karnak Radio, carry me through, past the border of my will. We will show you the planet of masks, and the kingdom of many names. The dancers turning in their sleep, and the men made out of claims. We will show you the moon where labor sings, and the fog where conscience dies. We will show you the falling stars, and the shade behind your lies. And if you ask to turn around, no, our engines do not bend. And if you beg for the sleep you came from, you will not call it home again.
through a violet sky to a planet loud with bells, where every house was a little court and every road rebelled. A beggar crowned himself in tin and taxed the passing rain. A child commanded wooden troops to conquer window panes. A merchant bought a judge's word, a prophet sold his dream. A lover swore eternal vows and bargained with a queen. And every voice cried, mine, 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 from the towers to the springs. A world too small for peace to live and full of million kings, a million kings, a million crowns, a million thrones on shifting ground, a million wants, a million wills, a million mouths that cannot still. And Beelzebub said, look and see, this kingdom is not strange. This happens in you every hour when all your masters change. Past a field of silver flags where brothers drew their lines. Each claimed the sun, each claimed the dust, each claimed the right to shine. One king ruled only appetite with feasts that never fed. One king ruled by wounded pride and slept on a guarded bed. One king wept for all the poor, then robbed them in his name. One king prayed with folded hands while polishing his fame. A million kings, a million crowns, a million thrones on shifting ground, a million wants, a million wills, a million mouths that cannot still. And Beelzebub said, look and see, this kingdom is not strange. This happens in you every hour when all your masters change. Wait! They took me through the palace square where every mirror spoke. One called me brave, one called me wise, one called me born to choke. One showed the worker I could be, one showed the saint I sold. One showed the coward dressed in fire, one showed the child grown old. I saw a tyrant with my eyes, a beggar with my hands, a preacher with my borrowed words, a fool with all my plans. I turned away and asked, why do their faces look like my own? And all at once the planet bowed as if I wore the throne. There is no king where no attention stands, only little claimants with their little laws and lands. The body pulls, the heart believes, the mind invents the crown. And each one says, I speak for him until the man is drowned. To be one thing is not a wish, nor something thought can bring. First he must see the civil war where every eye is king. A million kings, a million crowns, a million thrones on shifting ground, a million wants, a million wills, a million mouths that cannot still. And Beelzebub said, look and see, this kingdom is your name. Until one master wakes in you, the wars will stay the same. They led me down to a planet of steel beneath the colorless sun, where towers counted the turning hours and the work was never done. No voices rose from the iron streets, no faces turned to see, only rows of mechanical men obeying circuitry. One lifted stone from a quarry pit, one placed it on a rail. One carried bolts through a corridor, one sorted them by scale. I asked one, why do you move like this? Its answer came complete. Instruction received, condition met. Continue and repeat. Mechanical men
Signal and answer again. Mechanical men, turning without within. Press the switch, the arm will rise. Feed the code, receive replies. No one chooses, no one sins. Signal and answer again. We passed beneath assembly lights where metal figures stood. Each fed the next with measured parts and did what metal could. One checked numbers, one cut wire, one sealed crates in rows. One erased the failed designs, one watched the furnace glow. Hassein asked grandfather why, do they not ask wherefore? Beelzebub did not reply and led us through one door. Inside 10,000 engines spoke in perfect time and tone. A planet thinking through its gears and empty to the bone. Mechanical men, signal and answer again. Mechanical men, turning without within. Press the switch, the arm will rise. Feed the code, receive replies. No one chooses, no one sins. Signal and answer again. Then Hassein touched the silent frame and asked, what do you will? It waited for the proper sound and answered, I fulfill. He asked, and if the sound should change? It answered, I change too. He asked, and if no signal comes? It stood with nothing to do. The elder watched me hear those words, and still he gave no sign. But something cold began to turn in chambers I called mine. A praise, and I would rise in heat. A slight, and I would burn. A fear, and I would call it truth. A want, and I would turn. I said, but they are only steel. They have no heart or name. The elder said, observe yourself when touched by fear or shame. Observe how quickly anger speaks. Observe how pride replies. Observe how hunger takes the throne and thought prepares its lies. You call the movement yours because it happens in your skin. But many things have moved through you before you could begin. Mechanical men, signal and answer again. Mechanical men, turning without within. Press the switch, the arm will rise. Feed the code, receive replies. No one chooses, no one sins. Signal and answer again. Mechanical men, program and pattern chain. Mechanical men, answering again and again. through a misty haze, where pale winds crossed the stones. The streets were full of moving mouths, and no one walked alone. Above their heads, unseen by them, the phantoms bent and flew, like torn black flags in moonless air, with fingers cold and blue. One brushed a man beside a gate and vanished through his skin. He turned upon his oldest friend and swore the fight was his. Another circled near a crowd and whispered through the square. The people raised their voices up, but never saw it there.
Phantom planet,
haunted from within.
Phantom planet,
where the ghosts get in. They cannot see the hands that pull, the shadows at their throat. They call it thought, they call it truth, when phantoms learn to vote. A woman carried water home with kindness in her face. A phantom kissed her on the brow and left another trace. She dropped the cup and cursed the well. She cursed the neighbor's name, then said, I have always known that they alone were blame. A boy was laughing in the dust until the cold winds curled. A ghost went singing through his ear and gave him half the world. He stood upon a broken crate and shouted like a king. The crowd obeyed the borrowed fire and called it awakening. Hassein asked, do they not see the things above their heads? Beelzebub said, stay close now and watch what touches them. He took my hand and turned my face toward motions in the air, and for one breath the veil grew thin, the phantoms everywhere.
phantom planet,
Haunted from within.
phantom planet,
Where the ghosts get in. They cannot see the hands that pull, the shadows at their throat. They call it thought, they call it truth, when phantoms learn to vote. Then all at once they noticed me, those ghosts with hollow eyes. They spun like knives through violet fog and gathered in the skies. One came dressed in righteous flame and struck me in the chest. It showed me every fool I hated and called my hatred blessed. One came wounded, soft and sweet, and whispered, you were wrong. One came laughing through my teeth and taught my tongue its song. I felt their weather enter me, I felt my blood agree. I opened up my mouth to speak and heard them speaking me. Beelzebub stepped near my side and said, do not reply. First observe the thing that moves before it says its I. Name the heat and let it pass.
giant sons. They hauled the stone, they split the clay, they ran until they bled. No one asked the river why, no one raised his head. My hands took hold before I knew, my breath became a chain. Some older engine woke in me and answered to the strain. Hassein watched the dust lift high, the elder gave no sign. The red light climbed into my bones and called the labor mine. 3 suns over a foreign land, 3 shadows under my skin. I followed each one as it rose and lost the one within. 3 suns over a single sky, 3 doors and none the same. Each light found a throne in me and answered with my name. Sun rose like a wounded hymn, and the hammers left the fields. The soldiers touched their broken shields as if the metal healed. A woman sang beside a wall, and strangers stopped to weep. The cruel man kissed a child's torn sleeve, then sank into the street. My chest was full of borrowed rain, my eyes were not my own. I loved the world enough to drown, then hated being shown. Hassein's hand closed on my sleeve as the whole world learned to cry. The blue light moved across my face and made a sea of eye. 3 suns over a foreign land, 3 shadows under my skin. I followed each one as it rose and lost the one within. 3 suns over a single sky, 3 doors and none the same. Each light found a throne in me and answered with my name. Sun rose without a sound, and the singing left the air. The people drew the shape of grief and measured it with care. They built a map of every road with towers made of chalk. They named the pulse, they named the wound, and forgot how wounds can talk. My mind grew bright and blade-like clean, it cut the red from blue. It held the world beneath the glass and called the holding true. The elder's shadow crossed the page where all my reason shone. The white light smiled through every word and left me there alone. Then all 3 suns appeared at once, and the planet lost its line. The fields, the hymns, the towers shook, and each one claimed me mine. I reached for work, I turned to grief, I climbed the stairs of thought. But every road that wore my name led back to what I brought. The child looked up, the elder breathed, no sermon crossed his tongue. And in the silence under 3, I heard a 4th thing come. 3 suns over a foreign land, 3 shadows under my skin. I followed each one as it rose and lost the one within. 3 suns
watching from inside.
They brought me down to a dust-gray moon where the daylight barely stayed. The stars hung low in a colorless sky like nails that had not been laid. No golden courts, no phantom winds, no towers split by flame, just fields of stone and rusted lines and workers without fame. A woman turned a stubborn wheel, a boy repaired a spring, and somewhere in the turning iron I heard the labor sing. On the moon where labor sings, the hand remembers hidden things, the dust, the rope, the rusted rings, all answer when the labor sings. No crown above, no crowd below, no witness but the stars, the quiet work, the patient blow, the song beneath the scars. I watched them mend the broken pipes that fed the sleeping ground. They spoke in looks and lifted stones and rarely made a sound. One old man shaped a crooked beam until the doorway stood. He touched the frame as if it breathed and knew the work was good. Hassein smiled at the silver dust that gathered on his hands. The elder placed a tool in mine and nodded toward the land. On the moon where labor sings, the hand remembers hidden things, the dust, the rope, the rusted rings, all answer when the labor sings. No crown above, no crowd below, no witness but the stars, the quiet work, the patient blow, the song beneath the scars. I set my shoulder to the wheel and cursed its ancient weight. I tried to force the iron round, I tried to master fate. The handle slipped, the workers paused, the boy looked down and grinned. I felt the red sun in my blood go burning through my skin. The elder did not correct my hands, the child did not explain. They let me meet the stubborn thing again, and then again. At last I moved without my name, without the need to win. The wheel turned slow beneath my palms and something turned within. My breath fell in with boot and stone, my eyes stayed with the thread. The mind grew still enough to hear the heart beneath the bread. And in that plain and airless field where no great bells were rung, the broken pipe began to clear, and through my hands it sung. I had crossed worlds of kings and ghosts of mirrors, gears and suns, but here beneath the farmer's lamp the scattered parts were one. The body bent, the mind attended, the heart forgot its claim, and for a moment work remained, too simple for a name. On the moon where labor sings, the hand remembers hidden things, the dust, the rope, the rusted rings, all answer when the labor sings.
No crown above, no crowd below, no witness but the stars, the quiet word, the patient blow, the song beneath the scars, on the moon where labor sings. I heard no sermon in the sky, only a wheel, a breath, a hand, and something waking by and by.
Hollow men, hollow men. They brought me down to a silver plain where the towers bent the light, and hollow men with crystal skin moved smiling through the white. Their ribs were clear, their chests were bare, their voices soft and thin, only shining rooms of air where life should have been. The first one bowed and took my coat before I gave my name. He said, "You carry noble wounds no lesser man could claim." I almost thanked his empty mouth, I almost let him in, but something small beneath my pride pulled backward from his grin. Hollow men, bright and thin, hollow men with no fire within. They give you back the face you see, they praise the mask you wear, they know the words that make you weep, then vanish into air. The second brought a glass of wine and held it to my hand. He said, "You see what others miss, you were not made for common men." The third one touched a mirrored wall and showed me robed in flame, a patient judge, a wounded saint, a star that knew its name. Their reflections move before they move, the smiles arrive too soon, their fingers reach before my own to tune me to the room. And every time I leaned toward them, that ember in me stirred, a little living thing that knew the praise was too well heard. Hollow men, bright and thin, hollow men with no fire within. They give you back the face you see, they praise the mask you wear, they know the words that make you weep, then vanish into air. One knelt beside my feet and whispered, "You were wrong." The fifth one raised his shining hands and said, "You have been strong." The sixth one laughed at all my jokes before the words were made. The seventh mourned the grief in me before I felt afraid. I saw their hollow faces turn to match each hunger shape. One fed my depth, one fed my rage, one held the door marked escape. But in the smallest room of me, a childless fire stayed, too plain to wear their glassy robes, too real to be remade. I struck one hard across the face, it rang but did not bleed. It only smiled and changed itself to something else I'd need. I asked one, "What is in your chest?" He opened like a door. The light passed through his perfect ribs and scattered on the floor. Then all their shining heads turned Something wordless in me held a hard and hidden line, and would not trade its little spark for all their borrowed shine. Hollow men, bright and thin, hollow men with no fire within. They give you back the face you see, they praise the mask you wear, they know the words that make you weak, then vanishing. Hollow men, so polished, pale and fair. Hollow men, all mirror, glass and air. A face may learn to catch the light, and still no star begin. I left their world with shaking hands, and guarded what was then. Hollow men. They brought me down through ceaseless fog to a city built of stone, where chains were stacked outside the courts like harvest left alone. The streets were full of wounded men with knives beneath their coats, and women with accusing eyes and soot ground in their throats.
A thief walked past a beggar's bowl and took what little shone. A gaoler struck a pleading man, then calmly led him on. Inside the court the benches filled, the fog pressed through the seams. A judge looked down through silver haze, as if he ruled in dreams.
The court of innocence, where every wound is clean.
The court of innocence,
where guilt is never seen.
the jury smiles, the clerk agrees. The fog completes the myth, and every cruel and crooked thing finds some soft name to live with.
A man who sold his brother out stood shackled at the rail. He bowed his head and softly said, I feared that I might fail. The judge replied, a prudent man must sometimes guard his breath. The jurors nodded in the mist and spared him from his death.
A woman spat in her lover's face, then laughed to hear him break. She said, I only spoke the truth. The court called it awake. A foreman left his workers crushed beneath the shattered beam. He said the hour was growing late. They praised his measured scheme.
And every time the verdict fell, the fog grew warm and sweet. It curled around the guilty mouths like comfort at their feet.
The court of innocence,
where every wound is clean.
the court of innocence,
where guilt is never seen.
Beelzebub inclined his head and pointed with his hand. Look less at what they say aloud and more at what you understand. I watched a liar praised for tact, a coward praised for care, a proud man called ambitious, a cold man called him fair. The elder said the fog out here is not the only one, and through the haze he fixed on me as if the trial had begun. Then Hassein turned his quiet eyes and asked what lived within. I said 1,000 little courts where I have let myself go free again. I have called my fear good judgment. I have called my pride self-worth. I have named my laziness healing and my hardness honest work. I have dressed my silence as patience. I have dressed my appetite as need. I have pardoned what was weak in me and called the pardon creed. The fog rolled through the chamber door. The verdict formed above. Not guilty, not guilty, in letters pale as love. But something in me would not bow. Though small, it held its ground. And for the first time in that mist, the comfort turned to sound. The court of innocence, where I had stood before, and every easy absolution left me poorer than before. The court of innocence still vanished in the grave, but I walked out with one hard truth. I held the fog each day.
Yeah. Falling star. They brought me where the heavens been, and rivers over stone. A world beneath the burning rain of things that left their home. Yeah, a rescue ship came falling first. Its red cross scorched and torn. Its cargo bays were full of guns. Its mercy flags outworn. Yeah, a prayer bell tumbled through the clouds, still carved with sacred marks. Yeah, but every time its bronze mouth rang, it scattered salesmen's charts. A child's kite burned across the sky with war plans on its tail. The elder traced his dying curve and whispered, watch it fail. Falling stars, bright with the aim bent by the dark. Falling stars, every fire remembers where it lost the mark. What begins as a road may become a scar under the law of falling stars. Yeah. We crossed a bridge of marble bones, built once to reach the poor, but halfway through it turned aside and ended at a door. Behind that door the rich men drank and praised the bridge by name. The river still ran black below, the hungry never came. A temple built for silent awe had filled its halls with scales. The priests weighed gold on altar cloths and blessed the heavier tales. A school that opened once for one that kept its children still. They copied answers from the wall and called obedience skill. Falling stars, bright with the aim bent by the dark. Falling stars, iron terms. The roses climbed through legal script and bloomed in perfect forms. Our house built first for sheltering, had grown to judge and face. Its windows watched the street below and measured every guest. A statue of a rebel stood, responses on his face. He raised his fist against the sky for brands that barred his face. Hassein stared a long while, there were names that stayed the same. They drift so far from what they were, yet keep the firstborn name. Then one star split before my eyes and showed me what was mine. A vow I made to serve the truth that bent toward being right. The strength I wanted for the work had polished in the pride. The love I swore would make me kind had learned to need and hide. My hunger for the living real had dressed itself in flame and called each costume holiness when it only wanted name. The elder did not rescue me from seeing where I turned. He let the little curves appear and let the sea and burn. No thunder forced him from the road, no tyrant seized the wheel. Only small permitted turns, too gentle then to feel a little praise. Accepted all a little fear, obeyed a little comfort. Loved too long and all the lines were swayed. I asked what keeps a fire true when all bright things depart. The elder touched the falling light and pointed to the stars. Saw my own among the sparks, yeah. And somewhere in the curve of me, before the final scar, a hand grew still enough to feel the law of falling stars.
On the line, where the two worlds grind. They brought me down where the planets split, from pole to pole in flame. One half cried forward, build again. One half cursed every change. The yes side rose in towers packed, so high they starved the sky. A billion rooms, a billion cranes, and no quiet place to die. Their cities grew like iron vines, through heat and horn and light. They built until the streets went blind and day looked tired as night. They called it birth, they called it will, they called the choking rise. But children stared through window walls with engines in their eyes. On the line, where the two worlds grind. One says build, one says bind, both go hungry in the mind. On the line, where the old wars shine. Somewhere above the smoke and cries, the watchers learn to fly. The no side crouched in ancient walls, where lamps were seldom lit. Their houses leaned like tired bones, their wells were full of grit. They kept the broken gates in place, they praised the rust and stone. They wore their poverty like law and called the darkness home. No tower rose, no garden changed, no child was told to dream. The old men spat at painted doors and named all colors
says build, one says bind. Both go hungry in the mind. On the line, on the line, where the old wars shine. Somewhere above the smoke and cries, the watchers learn to fly. Above the line in stations bright, the third ones cross the black, with silver hulls and silent hands, and no flag on their backs. They watch the builders lose their breath. They watch the deniers fade. They map the hunger, map the fear, and learned how worlds are made. They sent down medicine and light. They opened hidden doors. They cooled the towers, warmed the wells, and asked for nothing more. But when the armies roared again and dragged the gift to war, the watchers turned their searchlights down and waited at the shore. One ship descended through the smoke, where broken sirens cried. It did not choose the yes or no. It opened from inside. A builder dropped his burning tools. A denier left his cave. A child climbed out between them both, with nothing left to save. The watchers took the willing ones, who could not fight again, who wanted less to win the world than learn what might begin. And in their eyes I saw the thing no surface kingdom knew, the quiet force that does not shout, but changes what it's through. On the line, on the line, where the two worlds grind. One says build, one says bind. Both go hungry in the mind. On the line, on the line, on the line, on the line, where the old wars shine. The third was not another sword, it was the seeing mind. On the line, on the line, on the line, on the line, where the two worlds burn. Some are saved from taking sides, only when they learn. Yes, alone will choke the sky, no, alone will blind. But those who watch without a crown may leave the war behind.
It's master-made.
First came sleep when nothing starts and dreams are called a plan.
Then appetite
With open arms saying hunger proves the man.
Then came consumption, mouth and mind, fed past every need. Then gold where empty hands still grasp and call possession being.
I saw them all, I named them well, the shapes behind each face, and
felt myself grow almost proud for judging such a place. The beast behind me kept perfect time. I named every shadow, but never named mine. Gate after gate, fire after fire, I saw every chain, but the hand on the wire. Then anger came with a righteous size and called its burning clean. Then certainty with locked up books and no space in between. Then force where broken hands mistook their weight for will. Then personality dressed in light with nothing breathing still. Last came betrayal, cold and clear, where essence knelt in chains. The deepest ice was not for hate, but for the self-profane. I saw each beast behind each back and knew what each one meant, until Hassein stopped beside me and stared where mine head went. The beast behind me kept perfect time. I named every shadow, but never named mine. Gate after gate, fire after fire, I saw every chain, but the hand on the wire. I laughed at the peacock with wolfish teeth. I named the serpent and the priest. I saw the bear of endless hunger and praised myself for seeing beasts. But Hassein had gone still beside me. His little face had lost its glow. He was not watching all the sinners. He watched the dark behind me grow. Grandfather, that one has followed with us through every world and every gate. It stood in courts, it crossed the line, it learned his breath, his step, his weight. It walked the moon where labor sang, it hid where falling stars were shown. It smiled among the hollow men. Does the traveler know his own? The fatal scratch behind my shoulder, like a match against a bone. The elder stepped a little nearer, and his voice was almost kind. He does not know it as a beast yet, he knows it only as himself. He calls it judgment, calls it longing, calls it truth, and calls it hell. Do not strike it, do not crown it, do not feed it with your shame.
Karnak drifted without sound, where no bright planet burned, and all the worlds I carried through had nowhere left to turn. The gates were gone, the beast was seen, the lion had disappeared. The courts, the moons, the hollow men, all gathered in me clear. I watched the old familiar lights come trembling through the glass, so small, so warm, so nearly mine, so far from who I was. No chain was placed upon my hands, no door was sealed ahead, but something in the silence knew the one who left was dead. I can't return, though the road is open wide. I can't return, with this seeing in my eyes. The house may know my footsteps, the fields may know my name, but I can't return as the man who came. I thought I'd bring back wisdom, like a medal for my chest, a few strange words from distant worlds, a story for the rest. But every word grew heavy, every answer turned to stone. For how could I speak plainly of the things I had been shown? The sleep behind the smiling, the courts behind the blame, the beast behind the oldest thoughts still answering my name. And if I sat among them and laughed the way I knew, some living nerve inside of me would tear the laughter through. I can't return, though the road is open wide. I can't return, with this seeing in my eyes. The house may know my footsteps, the fields may know my name, but I can't return as the man who came. Hassein stood beside the window with his hand against the light. He asked if grief was failure or the shadow cast by sight. The elder did not hurry, he let the question breathe, then said a man may find his home and still have nowhere to sleep. No comfort dressed the answer, no mercy dulled the blade, yet something in its sorrow felt cleaner than escape. I pressed my palm against the glass and felt no grand command, only the weight of being here, alive inside my hand. For one clear breath I did not flee, I did not name the stars, I did not make a crown of grief or polish up my scars. I heard the body breathing, I felt the heart afraid, I watched the mind grow quiet as if a debt were paid. No voice declared me chosen, no fire split the sky, only presence thin and difficult standing. Where stood I? I can't return, though the road is open wide. I can't return, with this seeing in my eyes. can't return. As the man who came, I can't return. I can't return to the sleep that gave me form. I can't return. I can't return to the shelter of the storm. The world may still receive me, the stars may do the same, but I can't return as the man who came. The Karnak turned in silence, no trumpet and no flame. The child watched me softly, the elder spoke my name. And somewhere past the window, the old lights called and burned. I knew the way was open and knew I could not return.
The traveler was returned to his vessel, where the old instruments blinked without aim. No planets before him, no map newly written, only the same dark, and a man no longer the same. Hassein watched through the window of Karnak as the little ship turned in the night. "Grandfather," he asked, "will he remember when no one is there with the light?" Beelzebub sat with his hands folded slowly, his face neither sorrow nor pride. We have given him nothing he did not carry. We have only shown what was inside. "But he suffers," said Hassein, "and he trembles, and his ship has no road to return." "Yes," said the elder, "and now he may notice the movement of things as they burn." Did we free him? No, child. Did we save him? No, child. Then what did we give him? A taste of the difference between being moved and being there while he moves. Hassein was silent a moment. The stars crossed his curious eyes. "And what did he give us, grandfather? This traveler so full of disguise?" The elder looked out through the darkness, where the aimless ship drifted alone. He showed us again why they matter, these beings of blood, dust, and bone, so small in the teeth of the heavens, so brief in their hunger and breath. Yet something in them can awaken and stand for a moment in death. They lie, and yet something seeks truth there. They sleep, and yet something can see. They build little prisons from names there, then ask what it means to be free. He gave us no wisdom, Hassein, no answer the cosmos requires. He gave us the sight of a spark, still arguing softly with fires. The child placed his hand on the window. Will we watch him? We will. Will he know? No, and that is better. Will he find a name? Perhaps, or perhaps he will first learn how often he has lived without one. The little ship faded in starlight, its engines uncertain and low. The Karnak turned gently beyond it, where older and stranger winds blow. And far in the cabin of silence, with no judge, no beast, and no guide, The traveler lifted his hand to the controls and felt the old sleep move inside. He did not defeat it. He did not explain. He only sat watching again and again. Hassein whispered, "Grandfather, yes, my boy. I think he is listening." The elder smiled faintly, then let the radio sleep.